Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to your weekly dose of celestial goodness. As always, thank you for joining me in this space and on this journey. I truly appreciate it. So, last week we started a conversation about the chakras. If you can't tell, I have a deep appreciation for the chakra system. And really just how learning about the chakra system helped to transform my own life. It has created for me an awareness, keyword, that balance is an important and essential part of our very existence. I also have an appreciation for the wisdom of free will that allows us to make choices, to do better, and to be better. I think that having even a small amount of wisdom about this system can be helpful on your life path. I think it's especially helpful if you're being intentional about your health, wealth, and overall well-being. As always, the librarian in me encourages you to do your own research, supplementary research, because there's just so much that we just simply won't have the time to cover. This week, though, we start the journey of looking very deeply at each individual chakra. We'll cover the basics, and then I will provide some tips on how to keep your chakras balanced and in alignment. There are important lessons attached to each chakra, and hopefully some of the material will really resonate with your soul. It is also my wish that you will use some of the tools for helping to align your chakra as you travel along your own life path. And not just today, but really onward into the future. As Arianna Huffington said, the journey towards self-discovery is life's greatest adventure. And I definitely agree with that. So here's a mini disclaimer though. I'm adding this because learning about the chakras can be triggering. What do I mean by that? I mean that there might be things that come up for you that you do not feel comfortable addressing or really confronting within yourself. I didn't like to hear that I needed to be better with my budget or that I had fears of abandonment, but there they were. It hurts to confront the things within ourselves that we'd rather hide from the world. But tell me, what is the benefit for you of holding on to those things? You all know that I'm a big believer in therapy, and I'm a big believer that nothing can be healed until it's faced. There are no perfect humans, just people out there trying to do their best. Open your heart and open your mind to what is possible for you. I believe in that for you, and I believe in the alignment of your chakras and all of the deliciousness of life that comes with that. So we start with the first chakra, the root chakra. The Sanskrit name for root chakra is Muladhara. Well, that's my phonetic saying of it. The word breaks down into mula, which means root, and adhara, which means support or base. The literal translation then is the root and basis of existence. This chakra is often depicted as a red 4-petal lotus flower with yellow accents. If you've ever seen Maslow or Jung's hierarchy of needs, the root represents safety and the physiological levels that form the foundation of the pyramid of needs. At the most basic is our need for food, clothing, shelter, affection, and security of our health and resources. This chakra is probably the most important because it really is the foundation on which all the others rest. When I think of the root chakra, I immediately think about the things that give me a sense of security. A cup of hot tea, comfort foods, knowing that my bills are paid on time, my favorite blanket when I need to be feeling snug, and a hug from my love. I think of physical security, emotional security, and financial security. So when I began my chakra journey, my root chakra was not in a good place at all. Looking back, I can see though that my sense of security and stability had really been devastated through some inner and outer events. For example, there were parental issues that I had never healed or addressed within my internal life. On the external front, I had gone through a divorce, and the entire nation was going through and struggling with an economic downturn. I was constantly worrying about everything, especially finances. How was I going to do X, Y, and Z? Now let me say to you as a semi-reformed worrier that worrying does not add anything beneficial to the mix. In fact, it can actually create unnecessary stress that can even cause physical pain, and not to mention the time that we waste in worrying. You could really use that time in a better way to rest. I mean, rest is really amazing. Or just coming up with other creative solutions to whatever is bugging you. And did I also mention that divine assistance is always an option? Now going back to what I was saying, the foundations on which I had built my life were coming apart at the seams, and I had to do something. I had built the foundations of my life on sand, and when the waters of life rose up to that level, everything seeped away. However, there was a lesson there, which is build it again, build on stronger material. Some of that material has to come from within us, not things from the external world. The root chakra reminds us of this, that the foundation must be strong. Sadhguru said, unless the Muladhara is stabilized, one will not know health, well-being, and a sense of stability and completeness. Last week I mentioned that the root chakra is located at the base of the spine. It is one of 3 chakras along with the sacral and solar plexus chakra that represent matter, the physical realm, and our human selves, our physical, emotional, and mental bodies. These 3 are connected to the higher 3 spiritual chakras, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra by the heart chakra. The heart chakra is the bridge. The root chakra represents safety, security, and stability. My very good friend Mr. Rishi taught me that the root chakra governs birth issues, survival patterns, generational patterns, and issues with money, food, and health. It is our survival center. Our primal animal nature is to survive. It is also the trust that we place in our caregivers and parents as infants. And there's a belief, and there's studies that really back this up, that if food, water, love, and affection are withheld at the early stages of our lives, it can impact us and blockages can arise. I read somewhere that the energy of the root chakra allows us to harness courage, resourcefulness, and the will to live during challenging times. Root chakra connects us with the spiritual energies of our ancestors, both their challenges and their triumphs. anything that threatens our basic survival, such as war, natural disaster, and I'm going to throw in the effects of a global pandemic. These are all things that can cause imbalances to the root chakra. I've thought about the root chakra of the collective a lot this past year, because so many people have had their lives completely upended due to the pandemic. I've discovered that in the most trying times, we have to tap into our greatest source of inner strength. But we must also be gentle with ourselves and afford some grace to the fact that most people are doing the best they can do under the circumstances which they find themselves. It is our work to take responsibility of our own lives, and sometimes just an awareness that something is off can be a powerful starting point. Imbalances with the chakras can have both physical and emotional and mental manifestations. Some imbalanced attributes of the root chakra are scattered energies, anxiety, fears, difficulty achieving goals, an unfocused mind, and the inability to be still. It can also manifest as isolation, lethargy, and pains within the legs, knees, hips, and ankles. Another indication might be in issues with weight. When the root chakra is too open, meaning it's spinning too fast, the characteristics are bullying, being overly materialistic, and self-centered. When it is blocked, meaning it's slow spinning or not spinning at all, we experience low self-esteem and self-destructive behaviors. Other physical imbalances may manifest as problems in the colon and in the bladder. In men, prostate problems may occur. Eating disorders may also be a sign of a root chakra imbalance. When this chakra is open, though, we feel safe and fearless. We demonstrate mastery, self-mastery, and high physical energy. We become grounded, healthy, and focused. We also feel good about our finances, and we can more easily generate money and personal assets and resources. So what are some ways to balance the root chakra? First, meditation to balance the root chakra is beneficial. Many meditations out there can help you to concentrate healing energy to the root chakra area. Each chakra is also associated with a particular sound. The root chakra is associated with the sound or the mantra LAM, L-A-M. Meditating and chanting to LAM for even a few minutes can be beneficial to helping balance the root chakra. Also listening to 396 hertz frequency, and you can find a lot of those on YouTube, while meditating is also great because that's the frequency that resonates with the root chakra. Crystal healing. I will talk about crystals and crystal healing in another blog and video, but I love crystals immensely. And if you know me, I've probably given you a crystal at some point in our relationship. Since the root is associated with the very dense element of earth, and crystals come from the earth, they vibrate with that energy. Getting earthy, colorful crystals that are associated with the earth element is very helpful. Some examples are hematite, red jasper, garnet, bloodstone, tiger's eye, and smoky quartz. Carrying them close to you and placing the gemstones on the area of your root chakra while lying down can be very beneficial to helping with alignment. And then colors. Surround yourself with the color red. This is the color most strongly associated with the root chakra. Wear red clothing, add some red to your decor, spice up your environment with red. Foods. Eat red foods, apples, beets, berries, and other grounding and earthy foods are also really great for the root chakra. Reconnect with the earth. I made a previous video on grounding and connecting with the earth element, so check that out to get some good tips for connecting with the earth. But just standing barefoot in some grass can also be deeply grounding. Next, I would say move your body. I went to a workshop with Mr. Rishi on the root chakra, and we had to dance. We danced around the room, and my mom called it shaking your root chakra. But really, get outside, take a walk, do some yoga, and get your body moving. The root is about the physical, and actually physically moving your body can be very empowering. Next, seek therapy to heal from past issues and insecurities. I really think this speaks for itself, but so many people don't realize the sort of parental issues, generational issues, and just deep mistrust that we're harboring deep within. Get professional help if you can to address some of these issues. Healing my own relationship with my parents, seeing them as individual humans with their own issues, instead of trying to make them into who I thought they should be and wanted them to be, that was very helpful healing root chakra work for me. And then I'd say clean up your financial house. This is one that a lot of people don't like to face, and considering the events of last year, it is a hard one for some people to face. There is a really great book out there called The Richest Man in Babylon. I'll talk about this in the future, but one bit of advice was, a bit of all you earn is yours to keep. He mentioned that even if you earn 10 cents, save 1 penny for yourself. As your pennies begin to accumulate, that will give you a sense of security that no one can take away. The book says, wealth like a tree grows from a tiny seed. The first copper you save is the seed from which your tree of wealth shall grow. The sooner you plant that seed, the sooner the tree grows. And the more faithfully you nourish and water that tree with consistent saving, the sooner you may bask in contentment beneath its shade. So, I know that's a touchy topic at times, and especially in an economic climate like this, but I think it is also an opportunity for us to think about how we look in our relationship with our finances. This is a very important root chakra issue. And finally, I'd say practice your affirmations. I love affirmations, so here are a few. I am safe. I am financially secure. My home is safe and secure. I love my body. I have what I need. I trust myself. I love myself. I trust in the divine to provide my basic needs. I am fearless. I hope this information was very informative and that you can apply these in some very practical ways. Please let me know if anything works well for you. And also feel free to drop some tips or comments below in the comment bar with your tips for improving the root chakra. If you are enjoying these videos, please continue to like, subscribe, comment, and share these videos. I really can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And may the stars shine brightly over your week. And may your root chakra be balanced, strong, and secure. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week. Thank you.